like, you know, talking about like self-love and everything, it seems very philosophical, it is an idea, it seems ideal, but these books have just made it so practical. I love it. Hey you guys, welcome back to Libro Review. I hope you're doing very nice, and I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 15 self-love book recommendations. You guys know I'm big on self-love, and I've been getting a lot of requests from you guys to actually make like a whole pack video with proper book recommendations related to self-love. This is going to be your ultimate book recommendations guide when it comes to reading books about self-love. Without further ado, let's begin. Before we begin, can we please focus on this lovely sweatshirt? I love it so much. The first book I want to recommend is The Art of Talking to Yourself by Veronica Tugaleva, and I just hope that's how you pronounce the name. This book teaches you the art of talking to yourself, but not in a very generic self-help kind of a way, but in a very deep inner conversation, long process of healing yourself kind of a way. It does not give you like straight away tips and tricks that you're supposed to follow in your life so that you are suddenly talking to yourself very positively. It's not like that. What I believe is that it takes a lot of efforts and it takes a lot of time and practice to actually rewire everything that is going on in our head about ourselves, about the image that we have about ourselves, about the talks that we do about ourselves. This book is a great guide that will help you to understand the psychology behind how you should be talking to yourself. Next up we have You Do You by Sarah Knight. I have recommended this book so many times before, and it is such a gem. This is for anybody who is a beginner but at the same time who is looking for a book that is not exactly like a book. If you don't want to like sit down and keep reading, instead you want some exercises in the middle, not physical exercises but like mental exercises in the middle. If you want the author to talk to you like the author is your friend instead of talking to you in a very formal language, if you want diagrams and all those kind of things. For example, this diagram is so cool, and such diagrams are there all over the book. So if you want a very fun self-love book, then this is the book for you. It will help you to understand how you can just let the opinions of everybody just go, and more than that, actually just embrace who you are and then kill it with being who you are, like having your best life by embracing the kind of personality you are and celebrating it. Next book is Reinvent Yourself by Elizabeth Otis. Now this book is your ultimate guide, especially for a beginner, to actually use science and reinvent yourself in a way that you have never done before. Now the book is full of the laws of the universe, the law of attraction, the law of correspondence and those kind of things, but the good thing is that it has talked about it in a very beginner friendly way, so even if you know nothing about it, it will help you. Two, it has talked about it in a very scientific manner. It has talked about how you can raise your vibrations, what are vibrations and those kind of things. So if you are not a believer of the law of attraction, or you do not know what law of attraction is at all, you can use the scientific approach and all these laws for the benefit of yourself and actually evolve as a whole new person. When you are evolving as a whole new person, it does not mean that you're leaving yourself behind or that you are not enough right now. Evolving as a whole new person means reaching the next level of who you can be. Just how you would always want to do good things for the other person that you love, you must be involved in evolving yourself and doing good things for yourself. And this book will help you to do that in the best way possible with a scientific approach, very beginner friendly, very easy language and a lot of fun. Also, it is very practical and action based, which was like my favorite thing about this book. A whole mixture of practicality mixed with easy language. Boom. The next book is for all my girls out there, and it is Girls Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I mean, if you're a guy, you can read it, but the book does have a lot of things related to girls, like certain topics, which I don't think you will relate to. But if you are a guy and you want to gift your girl a book that is promoting self-love, that will help her to accept herself more, that will help her to judge herself more, judge herself less, then this is your book. This book will help you to wash your face and get rid of all the 20 lies that have been smashed on your face either by yourself or the society. Again, very beginner friendly, very easy to read, very fun to read, and the best part about this book is the experiences of Rachel Hollis herself. She is so vulnerable and so honest in this book. It is amazing. The next book is Tuesdays with Morrie. You guys, there is so much to life, and so many times, because of course we have only two pairs of eyes that can only look at the things that are in front of us, because of which we always forget and we lose sight of how big the world is, and not just the world but how big our life is. And we have like this circle, and we keep like being in that circle and revolving around in that circle itself, thinking that yeah, this is our life and that is it. This book will actually help you to get out of that circle and have a bigger vision of your life. See that it has so many more elements that you do not notice because you have forgotten or you have lost the sight of your huge life. You are just containing yourself in a circle. This is a conversation between an old man who is about to die and a young man who, just like us, has forgotten how big life is, and those conversations reveal to the young guy that, oh my good lord, I have lost sight of everything. Just how the young guy gains perspective again. If you read this book, it will help you to gain perspective and love yourself and love your life. The next book is a must to include in a self-love book recommendations video, and it is How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. Now this book is expensive. You cannot be like, oh yeah, you have to get this book. Like, it's not like you have to, but oh my god, if you do get it, like abhi, like it's the holiday season, you can get gifts from other people or you can gift it to yourself. Dude, this book is not a book. It is a whole, like a mood, okay? It is a feeling. It is so much more than a book, and it does teach you how to be a boss. And a boss is different from a boss. Boss is kind. A boss is going out there and conquering their life. A boss hustles. It's written by Lily Singh, who is the OG YouTuber, and she has made it so big only on the basis of her own kindness, her content, her hard work, her work ethic, her discipline and everything. Also, she was in depression herself and she has gotten out of it. If you are looking for something that will really empower you and motivate you to go out and conquer your life and get what you want, this is your book. Next up on the same lines, we have Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I'm reading this book this month itself. It is really good. At the same time, like, it is very self-empowering. It is so much about self-love. Again, it is way more than a simple book. It is a whole, like, you know, like a journal of experiences and of pictures and of this and that, and it's colorful and it's joyful and it is empowering and it is motivating and it is so inspiring, all in one book. But again, it is slightly expensive, so you should gift it to yourself or get it as a gift from someone else. But on the other hand, it is so funny, so sarcastic, so much fun. Next up, we have You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If you are a beginner and you are just putting your leg into the personal development world, or like the self-love world or something like that, and you want a book to start with, then this is your book. This is literally the first book you must be reading before reading anything else. It helps you to understand how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life that you already have. What I love about the book is how wholesome it is. It talks about literally every aspect of your life, and it is so emotional. So it is not like too emotional, like, you know, that makes you cry or something, but it has not treated human beings like some robots or something that, you know, need to fix themselves. Instead, it has talked about humans like humans that have emotions, that have feelings, that have thoughts. Next up, we have 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. Couldn't make this video without this book. I wouldn't recommend this book to all the beginners like straight away. I suggest you read a few of the other books first, because this book will actually help you to love yourself on a very high spiritual level. It's a fiction story of a woman that is again leading her life without even like actually living it, and then she has to make a literary report on a book which has Shams and Rumi in it, and their companionship and their love. And that book has all the 40 rules of love. Those 40 rules of love is helping Ella, who is writing the literary report, to actually, you know, start falling in love with her own life and with herself, and actually finally start living. This is my ultimate favorite. If you have been subscribed to the channel since a long time, you know how crazy I am about this book. It really teaches you about all the strength that you have because you are love. Okay, you are like this huge ocean of love, and no matter how much pain or whatever negative emotion comes into the ocean, it gets mixed into the ocean and ultimately becomes love again. You are that ocean, and this book will help you realize that. Next up we have Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Again, it's a beginner friendly. It will take you a lot of time to read it, and I'm recommending it because it will help you to take actions on a day-to-day basis that will help you to go more within yourself, understand yourself better. It's not about just reading about how cool you are and stuff like that. There are certain actions that you have to take. This book has like the whole blueprint of how you can start and how you can evolve, and what are those physical actions that you need to take so that you connect with yourself. Next up we have Unfuck Yourself. Again, this book is super beginner friendly, super duper short, but I will only recommend it as like a motivational book, a motivation to jumpstart your journey towards self-love. Next up we have What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Now this book is all about how to rewire your own conversations that you have with yourself. I know I have recommended one more book, which is The Art of Talking to Yourself, about talking to yourself, but that is more like the psychology and everything. It is much more deeper. It is more about healing. It is spiritual. It is philosophical. This book is very practical. It is about what you do on a day-to-day basis. Next we have You Can Heal Your Life. This book is so good. Oh my god, I love this book. I actually have the Hindi version of this book. I really want to get an English version now that I have read it. I always thought that this book is about how you can heal yourself, but in like a very physical manner, how you will never fall sick and stuff like that. But it is way more than that. This book teaches you how your thoughts are controlling so much of your life. And if you read this book along with The Art of Talking to Yourself, or if you read it along with What to Say When You Talk to Yourself and Think Like a Monk, like if you combine it with these other books depending upon your own needs, you have like this amazing package for yourself that will really help you to evolve, embrace yourself, accept yourself, love yourself. Next up we have Who Says You Can't, You Do. This is for anybody who is dealing with some kinds of addictions, who is dealing with different problems in their life, like different areas of their life. If you are not able to detach yourself from the problem and actually start healing or actually start the journey of your self-love, then this is the book for you, because it helps you understand as to how the only person who is telling yourself that you can't do something is you, and how you can get over it. It is beginner friendly, but you will have to take a lot of time to read it. Read it very slowly, make your notes, understand, and if you actually dedicate yourself to this book, it can be life-changing. Last book is Liberation of Sita. Oops. It's a fiction book. Actually, it's mythological fiction, and I'm recommending it because the whole journey of Sita and how she evolved after everything that happened with her, and she has had a horrible problems, and her life has been very but how she evolved out of it, and how she embraced herself, and how she began to think about herself, and how she began to love herself, and how she began to celebrate her own life for once, is what you learn from this book. Who is the protagonist of, by the way, the main protagonist, female protagonist of Ramayana, the epic, is talking to the other female characters of Ramayana. Those characters are not very talked about. Conversation between Sita and those characters is helping Sita to evolve. This is fictitious work, which is why I'm saying they're characters, so please take it as a fictitious book only. It is fictitious, it is mythological, take it like that, but there are certain things, like there's this certain emotion you will get when you read this book, and I think that is very empowering. And you guys, this was it for today. I hope you liked the video. The lighting is most probably horrible, and I am so mad about it. Just hoping it did not reflect in the video, but whatever. But I just thought that I have to make this video today. Also, a lot of interesting videos are coming up. I'm trying to shoot in on different days where I do get good lighting and everything like that. you don't care about it, but still, you know, like just sharing with you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do like, share, subscribe, bell button, all those good things. I love you guys so much. Please do subscribe because we're gonna hit 10K very, very soon, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.